Welcome back, guys.
We back with another one.
Y'all know how this go.
I'm Chris.
Kiya.
These are the Red Cup Chronicles. Conversation and cocktails.
Conversation and cocktails.
First, we have to get the libations. It's going to be one hell of a conversation today. As if you all are surprised, but ladies first.
Thank you.
So, how was your week? How's everything moving?
It is what it is. We still in the pandemic. We got a little more, time. 11 o'clock now. 35%, capacity of people in indoor dining.
New York is back.
So,
finally getting that motherfucking governor out of here, so streets opening back up.
His best friend, the governor.
Yeah, my bestie. Fucking governor. Like he was saying, things opening back up again. 35%. I think we're going to 50.
They're trying for 50.
They're trying for 50, which is good. The streets need it. New York needs it. I need it. So that's always a positive. We have the libations. That's another good thing. But in the news, the news has been just so much going on as usual. So much just disdain in society for so many things and people. It's just been crazy these last few months.
I'm trying to see where he going. Because, he picks the topics. So I'm trying to see.
Well, there's been a conversation going on. And it's been going on, but it seems like it's getting thick. In regards to the sexuality conversation. To each its own. Everyone, lives how they live. They do what they do, and there's no judgment zone here, and it shouldn't be a judgment zone anyway. You do what works for you. But we're living in a society now where there are labels. And I don't make the labels, but they're labels.
Okay.
So, according to my understanding, and y'all are welcome to comment, in the comment section.
Please comment.
If I'm wrong, there's, in the LGBTQ
questioning,
all that. There are labels there. So in the labels, there's L, which is lesbian, right? G is gay, B is bisexual, T is transgender, right? Q is queer, questionable, right? And then I think there are other terminology that follow it, but those are the primary terms. Now, from my understanding, because of those labels, if you fall into that category, you're part of the Rainbow Coalition, right?
Oh, God.
Right? No, I'm asking.
The Rainbow Coalition.
Yeah. Okay. So, now, I don't go by any of those letters. So, I would be considered straight, right? So I'm not a part of this.
Straight or heterosexual?
Heterosexual, okay. Now, what's been a little disturbing to me is I feel like they're starting to cross these things together. And I'll tell you why. Okay,
yes. Please, enlighten me.
And it's not all, I'm not blaming LGBTQ. I'm actually blaming people who aren't picking, I guess, a side, so to speak.
Okay.
And I'm going to get into it by saying there was a video Kiya showed me. And we had a brief discussion, but we said we're going to save it for here. But in that video, the man is saying that he has sex with men, but he's not gay. So I was confused because he didn't say he was bisexual. He said he's not gay. He doesn't even fall under that LGBTQ umbrella. And I'm thinking, from my understanding, men who have sex with men are either homosexual or, if they're sleeping with women, bisexual. And women who sleep with women are lesbian or bisexual.
If they sleep with men.
Yeah, right. If they sleep with men, they're bisexual, and with women. But if they sleep with just women, they're lesbians. Mm-hmm. Okay, sorry about that. And also, transgenders are, I guess, they're transgenders. They believe that they were born a different sex, and they practice, you know, whether they were a man, they feel like they were born a woman, or a woman that was born a man, but they could be with anyone, right? They could be with a man or a woman. So they
then
could
what
be
does that make them?
A gay transgender. I don't know. It's open. It's open for debate. But
so
the
to our audience, please, right? Not all of us are educated in the terminologies and what's right and what's wrong. And I'm not saying me and Chris are 100% correct, accurate. But if you are a transgender male and you're living your life as such, you're now considered a heterosexual male. And then, so if you're dating a woman, then you're heterosexual. But if you are dating a man, then it would be gay. So if you're, you know, a woman turned into a man and, you know, going into being a man, transgender man, then right, if you're dating a woman, you're heterosexual. If you're dating men, then you're gay. I don't know if I clarified that. So the same thing for a woman. If you're a trans woman, that means you're now going from being a man to a woman. And if you're dating a woman, then you're a lesbian. And if you're dating a man, then you're a heterosexual female. So yes, in this video, it was actually a gay man. And what he was saying was...
Wait, I'm sorry. Because I could have sworn he said he wasn't gay.
No, he was gay, but he was saying that straight men can sleep with gay men without being considered gay. That's
okay, he did say that, but so he was gay.
But he was gay. Okay. Yes.
All
so
right.
I just wanted to clarify that he was gay.
Okay. My mistake. But okay. So let's get into the meat and potatoes. Pause. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. Right? Okay. So I have to disagree with that, because if you're gay, you're gay. That's cool. But if you're a man sleeping with men and you don't, that is gay. And if you sleep with women and you're bisexual, you're still involved in gay sex. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, for example, that's why I preface saying that I would be considered straight or heterosexual, because I'm not engaging in sexual activity with another man, right? Okay. So I would be considered heterosexual. Mm-hmm. But if I was in, you know, that type of behavior with another man, I'd be considered homosexual, right? Okay. Okay. So if a man is engaging with another man based off the terminologies we previously discussed, he would be gay. Okay. So the confusion I got in it was him saying that a man having sex with another man is not considered gay. So please shoot.
So it's not that he said they're not considered gay, right? What he basically was saying is that there are straight men who have sex with gay men or other men, and they don't consider themselves gay. That's what he said. So if I don't consider myself a lesbian, no matter what I engage in, what sexual acts I have, I'm not considering myself as such. And his philosophy basically is that if you are someone and you have sex with the opposite sex, but you're not technically attracted to them, whether it's physical or mental or emotionally, and you're just wanting the actual act of being intimate, then that's what it is. It's intimacy. It's not a form of whether or not it's gay, lesbian, heterosexual, because that's not what you are. You're not attracted to... So if a man's sleeping with a man and he's having sex, he's not attracted to the man, so he's not considering himself to be gay.
So let me ask.
This is his philosophy.
No. This is philosophy. So okay. This is what I'm questioning. So if he had sex with the man, not him, but whoever we're describing, there had to have been an attraction there to have sex, unless it's rape. Okay. You know, so you had to have been attracted to that other man for you to engage in sexual behavior. Okay. So I'm gonna try to use an example. You've been in jail for 12 years. The last time you had sex was 14 years, right? And so now you are in your little space, horny, getting ready to beat off, and
someone toodaloos in your room and says, not you.
I didn't say me. I just figured how the toodaloo happened. I mean,
they come in your cell.
There's a lot going on before that happens.
They come in your cell, and I'm skipping over that. They come in your cell, and then stop.
Right.
I should have used toodaloo. My apologies. And they come in your cell, and they say, they see, your interaction. They catch you in the midst of touching yourself. And so they say, I can take care of that. And not to say that you're going to say, oh, yeah, you're going to jump on it. Because you may not, and someone else may not. But another man might be like, why not? I want that touch. I want that feel of another body, right? It's just the act of having the warmth of that, of another body. And if that's who's going to please you or service you, then that's what it is. Like Mr. C. Did you see his interview?
Oh, yeah.
He said he doesn't like sleeping with men, but he likes being with transgender women. So men who dress as women, he's attracted to them, right? But he doesn't consider himself gay because these people are considering themselves women. So if they consider themselves women, then he's not gay because he's sleeping with technically a woman.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. I don't mean to, and this is a serious question. It may come off a little fucked up. This is a serious question. How do I put this? If I wanted to be a part of a white fraternity, could I say that even though I'm black, I feel like a white man and I could join it?
Ain't that what homegirl did? What was her name? The teacher? What was her name?
Rachel Dozel?
Yeah.
Nah, she faked the funk. They didn't know she was.
Well,
I'm talking about I'm coming in with my black skin.
She said she was trans white. Trans black.
Yeah, but that's after she got caught.
Right,
but I'm talking about. Let's say I come in here as a black man, no bleach in my skin. And I say, I want to be a part of this white fraternity.
Then I guess you would have to prove to them what makes you white. What makes you that. So, like, if you want to be a part of the Ku Klux Klan, I guess you would have to say, I'm down with killing blacks, hanging them, white power, white whatever. I don't know.
Possibly, but 9 times out of 10, they wouldn't accept me into this fraternity.
Right, but then you would have to prove or show them why.
There we go. So, let's go with that. So let's say this. So let's say I'm a man who considers myself a woman. Now, that's my prerogative. So I'm not taking from anyone who feels that they're a woman or a man. But now going to Mr. C, that's a man. So I don't care what you say. That's gay.
Okay.
It's cool. Which is cool. Which is totally fine.
I hear what you're saying.
Which is totally fine.
And I hear what Mr. C is saying, and I also hear what the other man is saying as well.
This is where I'm confused because it's totally fine. Look, it's totally fine if that's what you like to do. But at the grandest scheme of things, whether that man has a wig on or not, they don't get a period, they can't bear children, that's a man. So, in all actuality, this man is giving you oral sex. So, how are you not gay or bisexual?
I cannot tell you because I don't have those feelings. I'm not, I enjoy having sex with men. That's what I am. I'm a heterosexual woman. I've never been attracted to other women. However, I have said that other women are attractive. I have said, oh, she's beautiful. But I've never thought about or lusted to be intimate with a woman. Mm-hmm. Could I still have sex with a woman? Probably. But I wouldn't consider myself gay or lesbian because I don't like women. But I could see myself having sex with a woman.
That's confusing.
And it is confusing, but I'm not lesbian.
I'm not saying you are, but it's still the thought process is confusing to me. So I can see bisexual. I can see that. I can even see.
But I wouldn't even consider myself bisexual. For one instance of having an intimate encounter with a woman, I wouldn't consider myself bisexual.
But how do we know? Because one time, like for example, there's people who used cocaine one time, or they thought it was going to be one time, and they like it. You know?
Okay, so let's just say.
So then they become a coke addict.
Okay, so but let's just say that when I was 20, I had sex with a female, and I'm now 48, and I haven't had any other sexual encounters with the woman. And I say to you, I enjoyed that sexual encounter, but I know after it was done, I didn't think about having sex with women. I haven't thought about having sex with any other woman. When I get turned on, like when I watch porn, I get turned on by the act of it, right? Not who's doing it.
Okay.
So even if it's like for me, masturbation, right? I like to watch people masturbate. FYI. A lot too much TMI for y'all. That's what I like. So I wouldn't care if it was a man or a woman doing it. It's just the actual act of that happening.
Right.
Right? But that, if I happen to have sex with this woman, I've never thought about it ever again, though. I've never thought about doing it. So that one instance makes me a lesbian?
Well, here's the deal. So I think it will make you bisexual.
But why? I've never had sex again with a woman. Up until my 48 years, that besides that one incident, I've never had sex with any other woman, and I never thought about it. But I enjoyed that one encounter because I enjoyed the way she made me feel in that moment.
Right, but here's the thing, because I always believe there's a build-up, then there's the climax, right? So the build-up had to be an attraction, unless it's it's rape, or you know what I'm saying?
Why?
So like,
I could have been home, sitting there with her, we talking, giggling, drinking, having a little couple of sips. And we talking about doing it.
Okay, so all right. Let me.
It's the same way. Have you ever been around a female and not just friends, and y'all hanging out, and then one day y'all have sex? But that was never crossing your mind before.
No, I don't believe that. I think at some point it crossed our minds, and we just never acted on it. So here's the deal.
So you're saying that if I have sex with a female,
it was on your mind. So let me ask you.
It had to have been on my mind at some point.
Let me ask you a question. So if you were dating a man, right, and he says, well, I was hanging out with this female, right, and I never thought about sleeping with her, but it just happened, you know, I just ended up sliding it up, boom, 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 and this is your dude. What would your response be to that?
We're together?
Yeah, but things just happen.
Hold on, no.
Things just happen, right?
But the question is, are we together?
Yeah, y'all together.
And he did it while we were together?
Because things just happen.
That's different, though, Christopher.
What's the difference? Things just happen.
The difference is he's cheating. I don't care if it was a man or a woman. He's cheating.
But it's not the point of just cheating. What I'm saying is things just don't happen. You wouldn't just say it just happened.
But that's a different situation because I'm explaining to my partner why I cheated on him. It just happened. No,
not that. But I'm getting to the psyche of where I'm going. The part is you look at it as cheating. Number one, because you're together. Number two, you will believe there was a buildup to what happened. That means you're going to be like, yo, he was lusting for her.
I wouldn't think that.
What would you think?
I wouldn't think that. I would say, well, what situation were you in that caused you and her to now become intimate? Oh, well, we was having a couple of drinks. You know, she's comfortable around me, so she was walking around the house and her little stuff. And in that moment, I started looking at her differently. In that moment. Right. Not in any other moments, but in that moment.
And you would be cool with that?
I wouldn't be cool because, again, he cheated. I don't give a fuck. Right? Because the motherfucker cheated. Right?
But he might have, he did cheat. But he might have been going through what you said hypothetically.
In that moment.
He might have been going through the same thing.
Okay. But it's now his choice to say, and if he was single, this is different. If he was single, I don't give a fuck. But because you're in a relationship, it's now your choice to say, am I going to remove myself or am I going to stay? Now, if you're talking about sexuality and whether or not that makes someone lesbian or gay, now if it was a male best friend of his, I would ask him, are you attracted to men? First of all, you still cheated, right? But are you attracted to men? And if he say no, we was in that moment, we was getting high. I think he gave me something. I don't know. It was a different type of high, and it happened.
You would believe that, like that. Come on.
If that's what he's telling me, what am I supposed to believe?
I mean, let's be realistic. Let's just be realistic.
So I'm supposed to believe that he's been gay and he just never came out?
Listen.
He's never done anything else to make me
How do you know what he's done?
When he's around me, he's never done anything else to make me feel or believe that he likes men. And then this happened. Am I supposed to say, oh, he's gay now? If he's telling me he's not?
All right. So he engaged in a sexual act. And let me tell you, let me preface again, nothing wrong with being gay. There's nothing wrong with it. However, my point is if you had sex with that man, you thought about it. You don't, listen, I've been around men for a long time in my lifetime, right?
I'm gonna tell you something.
Let me tell you something. I've been around men, and it never been like, oh, none of that stuff, man. None of that stuff. So to me, if you're engaging in that, you've thought about it, which is okay. But that means you're gay or bisexual. That's my only point. That's okay. But if you're sleeping with a man and you're a man, you wanted to do that.
I was friends with someone.
Okay.
We was really close, real cool. Obviously, the sexual opposite sex.
Oh, sorry. Y'all see me reaching. We got little microphones and stuff.
He upgraded.
So, excuse me, we working them out. I'm sorry.
And so I never in my mind thought about having sex with this person. Mm-hmm. We were hanging out one night, and I was looking good. I know. So, in the midst of us drinking, we was drinking Southern Comfort. Ugh, never again will I drink that. We was drinking Southern Comfort.
Southern Comfort get you in trouble.
Ugh. Yeah. We was drinking. It was a whole bunch of us. We was dancing, having a good time, and we grinding. And I said, what the fuck? I felt something large. And I was like, oh my God. So, in that moment, I was like, But all the moments prior to that, I never thought of, Now, we wound up hemming.
So it was a thought.
But in that moment, that's when the thought came. It was never prior to that. I never thought about him in that way.
But, all right, fair enough. But
what happened was...
Y'all got close. You felt the
right.
And it turned into
So that was my fault because I allowed for us to be up around each other too intimately.
Repeat that. What did you do?
I allowed myself to be around this person too intimately.
Right. So in order for something like that to happen,
but you're saying that the person had to have been thinking about it prior, but it was never a thought in my mind.
So let me ask you something. So you okay? So let's be real. In order to allow it, that means you felt comfortable enough for him to get that close, right? Even though you might not have been thinking about that, but you were comfortable enough.
I was very comfortable around.
There we go. So if your man said, "Yo, I was with my boy, we was dancing," you gonna be like, "Yo, what happened? How did you get that comfortable to get that close?"
First of all, my man can't say he was dancing because he don't dance. So he better not say that. But I get what you're asking.
Right, I'm hypothetically.
If he said that, I'm gonna say. So when you started feeling, because again, we're talking about somebody cheating. So
okay, but all right. I know I said cheating. I only use that because it's still cheating brings about different emotion in terms of how people receive the information.
Right.
So let's take away from cheating.
Let's take it away from that. Let's just say my home girl told me I was with a girl. We was chilling and we started. I'm gonna ask her. Well, have you thought about having sex with her before?
And this might sound
because it's a female.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's gonna be.
That's what you gonna say.
Yeah. No.
Double standard.
No. I'm gonna say why. No. I'm gonna say why. I'm not saying it makes it better, but I feel like. And I could be wrong. I'm probably going to get in the comment section. That's fine. I believe that women like sex, but I think they're more emotionally tied to things, and sex can be a product of it.
Okay, know? And so you see how you feel that about women? I feel like men like the act of it, right? A lot of times when men cheat, they're not cheating with other women. A lot of times, I'm not saying all the time, but a lot of times when men cheat with other women, it's not because they're not happy at home or because they're not attracted to their woman no more. It's just the fact of it was out there, it was offered, I'ma fuck it. Right?
Okay.
So I feel that way about men. So that's why for me it's easy to understand when a man says to me, I had sex with this guy, but I don't like men and I just wanted him to suck my dick.
Okay, here's the deal. So this is where I mean, like I said, all men are different. So I'm not speaking for all men. But as a man, this is where the difference is for me. There's nothing about the act, for me personally, that's what I'm saying, for me personally, that's why I don't consider myself a part of LGBTQ. There's nothing about a man that I want to see him do anything to me, right? Because that's not what I'm into.
Okay.
Now, with a woman, it's different. I like the way women look aesthetically. I like the way they smell. So there's different things that would attract me to a woman.
Okay.
Right? For something like that to go down. So, for those things that are attractive to me as a man are instinctual.
Okay.
Right? And I think most men, it might differentiate to a degree, but it's usually the same. Men like the strip club because they like to see titties, they like to see ass, they like porn, they like, et cetera, et cetera. I don't want to get too vulgar. So if you're doing that with a man, there's something about him that you're attracted to, and it's something that you want to see him do to you, and it's something that you've always been attracted to.
So see, for me, with Mr. C, when he says that, I feel like Mr. C like feminine looking men.
Okay.
He just don't want to come to the realization that
that's true, but
he likes feminine looking men.
I agree with that. But then when you say realization,
right?
So the realization is that's probably what he likes, but he still likes men.
Okay.
Right.
And as long as he's feeling like he's not gay, then I'm just gonna go with it because that's what he's saying. Now, remember after that first initial video that I showed you, right? A couple of days later, I showed you another video. Right. It was a television show. We can't put the name up, but it was a television show where the guy is dating this young lady. They go to a party, and she's like, "Let's try ecstasy." And they have, now of course it's a television show, but this can happen in real life. They have ecstasy. He goes home with her. Some of her friends come over, and all of them are kissing, rubbing, touching, feeling on each other. So that was just him, her, and one of her male friends left. Right? And she says, "Kiss him for me." She says to her boyfriend, "Kiss him for me." Again, they high on ecstasy, and he does it. He kisses him. And then after they kiss, I guess he didn't enjoy it. They don't show what happened. But the next day he's telling his friends, he's sitting down with them having drinks, and he said, "Oh, I almost had a threesome." Right? And his friends is like, "Word, tell us what happened." And he's telling them that, it was me, my girl, and her friend, and I think he said Tracy. And they were like, "Oh, Tracy, but it's a guy, but that's his name." And so they thinking that it's a female the whole time, and he's like, "I kissed, but after the kiss, I really ain't enjoy it, so I didn't go any further." They're like, "What? That's two women." And he's like, No, it was a guy." So now they like, "Wait, you gay?" And he's like, "No." And they going back and forth, and they explained it to him how he's gay because he kissed this guy. And he said, "No, I'm not. I never thought about kissing a guy before in my life. We were in the moment. Everything, the feeling, everything was feeling good. I kissed him, and I didn't like it. And once I realized I didn't like it, I didn't go any further." But he still did it. But his friends is just saying that he's gay. They kept going on for days, and they like hurt his feelings, upset him. And I sent this video to Chris, and he still was saying the same thing. Like, no, that means he's gay. But I can understand what someone is saying now. Now, if it continues to happen, then I would say, yeah, maybe they're gay. But if it happens once, maybe even twice, and the person is saying, "I don't feel gay. I'm not attracted to the opposite sex. It was just an act. I wanted to have sex. I needed to be pleasured. The person offered. Go ahead," and that's what happened. I can maybe understand it. I don't know. Am I wrong? You guys tell us. Let us know.
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Let
because
us know.
I feel like I can understand that.
I don't know. I just see it like.
Is it easier for people to see two women and not two men? Like, I will say this to you, as open as I am, I don't like to see two men having intercourse. I have nothing against it. I don't know what it is. I just don't like to see it. But I'm very much open to saying I have gay male friends. I'm open to all that. Like, be you, love yourself, do whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
I just don't want to see two men having sex.
And that's fair. That's a disclaimer for me too. I have gay friends. Like, I'm not, I believe that you should be the best version of yourself you want to be. However, I do believe that, once you start crossing those thresholds, that you're involved. And that's okay. That's the thing. It's okay. But don't say that you're not involved. You get what I'm saying? So, like, going back to what you were saying, like, with him, dude, and his friend, Tracy, for that to go there, and I mean,
Well, even his friends, they kept saying, "So you bi?" And he was like, "No, I'm not bisexual."
But that's what you gotta be, because to me, to go that far, right? Because let me tell you something. As a man, I've never just thought about, yo, man, like if I'm a hot.
But
like,
he's saying he never did either. And then they started picking him apart. They like, "Oh, you dress real nice. You metrosexual. You got blonde ends on your hair." And he was like, "So that means that I'm gay? I'm bisexual?"
but see, the thing. See, men have a different way of communicating. So now they're starting to pick apart the pieces of what's been going on. So they might have always suspected, but they was like, maybe he's just being a metrosexual. Maybe he's just very clean. But now he's like, yo, I'm kissing dudes. So now like, oh, wait a minute. And then I'm gonna give y'all something else. Why would his girl feel comfortable asking him unless she thought that he was capable of doing it?
Well, first of all, this was TV.
Well, it's TV, but just
second of all, I would say this. Because there's certain people you know you can do certain things with. And not because you think that they're gay, you just know that you can do certain things. It's just like your kids. You ever have somebody and Chris, you know, he doesn't have children, so he may not know. Mm-hmm. But I've had people tell me, like, your son is so sweet. And I'd be like, who? Mine? So kids do certain things around their parents that wouldn't do around other people. So maybe he's more free. Maybe he's more relaxed when he's around his girlfriend. Maybe he's more understanding. Maybe they've had conversations about gay and lesbians, and he's more open. Not to say that he is one, but he's more open. But when he's around his guy friends, because he know how they are, he's more reserved. He's more like, yeah, that ain't right. That's nasty. You know, you don't know. So maybe that's why she felt comfortable to say kiss him, because she felt like maybe he might be, maybe he will do it. He might have been like, no. But she was trying him.
She was trying him because she probably suspected that he was cool with it. Like you know that, like when Nelly said, I'm just kidding like Jason. Unless you're going to do it. You see what I'm saying? So she was probably like, if he said no, she probably be like, I'm playing. But she knew he was capable of doing it. She would ask him.
And so what now?
Now she know where she has her barometer set. She know where he stand.
Okay, but and he did it. Listen to what I'm saying. He did it and he didn't like it. So what does that make him?
Well, yeah, that's what he said, but he did it.
But he didn't do anything else. So what now?
Well, now you did it. See, this is the thing. I might say, well, okay, I could say, well, I ate dirt or I ate shit. I don't like shit, but it doesn't take away from the fact I ate dirt or ate shit.
Right,
I still did it.
Just like if you're a mother and you have a child and you say, I don't want it, and you give it up, does that still mean that you're not a mother?
No, you are.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say. So you still did it.
Right.
You still did it. So whether you didn't want the child or not, you still have the child. You still became a mother.
Right. But my question is, so then you're saying that if I have that one sexual moment and I never do it again, it doesn't matter because I did it, so now I'm always lesbian?
No, I'm not saying lesbian. I think all right.
So I'm always bisexual?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's always can happen again. So let's say, for example, you might not have liked that particular experience, but if another experience comes up, you may not say no to it, which is okay. But could
that just mean that I'm open?
All right, so let me ask you.
Does it mean that I'm technically bisexual?
I don't know.
Or does it mean that I'm open to...
Open to what? So if you open...
I'm open to an experience. And I know that sounds nasty, but I might be open to having sex with animals.
Right, that's what I'm trying to say. So what I'm saying is this terminology to it. So if you are open, and not saying we are open to having sex with animals, BCI is disgusting, none of us. But we're just using it as a point. Let's say if you open to having sex with animals, there's a terminology for it. It's called bestiality.
Right.
Right? If you, and I think it's a horrible, disgusting thing. So I'm going to say that right now. But people who deal with children are pedophiles.
Okay.
Right? There's a terminology for it. So when you're doing things with the same sex, there's a terminology. Just like if you're a straight person having sex with another straight, there's a terminology. So that goes back to the beginning where I said there's terms for everything. And once you do that, there's a term for you. There's just a term. So
my term just can't be open.
Well, that means you're open to all types of shit.
Right. So why can't that just be just what it is?
All right. So I guess open's a new thing. So it's gonna be what? Nah, let me not even say that. Fluid. So whatever.
That's a term.
No,
it's an actual term.
I believe it's a term. But then I think when you use fluid, there's no exceptions to it. And then and then to me that's what gets dangerous because I'm fluid, so I like children. I'm fluid, so I like animals. I'm fluid, so I like men. I'm fluid, so I like. So now it gets real technical.
That's what it is. It's fluid. It's like you just like the person. You like who that person is. You're not scouting. You're not looking when you're on a dating app. You're not looking for. Oh, I don't care if it's a transgender. I'll date them. Whether they female, male, it doesn't matter, right? You don't care because you only basing how you feel on your emotions and what you feel, the connection for that person. So you're fluid.
So let me ask you, so you're on a dating app or you meet him in the street, there are no emotions tied yet. So the first instinct we have to someone is physical attraction.
Okay.
Unless, it's a meeting of the minds, maybe through a friend or something like that, or y'all been on the phone, or you ran into someone somewhere and then you talk for a period of time. But usually the first thing is physical attraction. So I believe that if you engage in that behavior, you were at some point physically attracted.
Okay.
Right. And according to the terminologies, that's bisexual. If you deal with both.
Okay. So, listen. I'm not debating, I think that we grew up in a time where there was either gay or lesbian, right? And now the world is evolving and it's no longer just gay and lesbian. It's, not that transgenders didn't exist back then. It just wasn't as prevalent, or they didn't talk about it as much. So now you have transgender, and you have fluid, and you have pansexuals, and you have all these other labels, right, of who people are. You now you have to you can't say Mr. or Mrs. You have to say them, they, right? Because they don't want to be labeled anything, even though that's still a label. I feel like I'm open, and so what I say that is, I'm open to who you are. And so if you come to me and you say, I've had sex with men and women, but I'm not gay, I'm heterosexual, I'm not here to argue or to determine what you are. In the back of my mind, I might have the thought that, yeah, he's had sex with 10 men, so he's probably bisexual. But in my mind, I might have that thought in my mind, right? But regardless, I'm only going with what you're saying. So you're saying that you are what? What do you got to ask me?
Let me ask you this.
Ask it.
And this is hypothetical.
What?
If you met a man who was interested in you,
okay,
who said he had sex with 10 men, would you have sex with him?
I don't know.
Okay.
If I met a man who I liked, got to know him, and I started to have feelings for him, and he told me he had sex with 10 men, I would treat him the way I treat anybody else who has sex with 10 women. When's the last time you've been tested? Did you use protection? Blah, blah, blah. All those questions will come into play. Are you willing to go get tested with me so we can make sure we're both okay, so that when we are intimate, it's no worries? I would treat him the same way. But if I just met him, I don't know. I might. Would
you trust? Let's say y'all get to know each other. Would you trust that he wouldn't do it again? Because it's something that he likes that you can't provide.
It's the same thing. Trusting in a relationship, trusting that a man is not gonna see another woman who's prettier than me, who's thinner than me, who's taller than me, who's shorter than me, who got. My partner likes Spanish women, so I'm supposed to be like, I'm not, when you see me, you don't automatically see Spanish woman, right? So am I supposed to always worry that he's going to be out there looking for that type of woman? I can't. So I'm not going to be worried about whether or not that's what he wants. My only thing is don't cheat, right? That's all I'm worried about, cheating. So it doesn't matter if it's men or women, because there's things that I do that another woman is going to do that I don't, or she can do, right? And so it's not about this man can provide something I can't, because there's women who can provide stuff that I can't. So for me, that wouldn't be a thought on my mind. My thought process would just be basically, are you a cheater? And my question would be, how many serious relationships have you been in and they ended because of your infidelity? So that's a whole different conversation.
So let's say they're not a cheater. But there's something that you cannot provide.
I don't know. Maybe he'll say to me, I love you, I want to be with you, but every now and again I like to get rammed. He might say that. And he might say, do you mind putting on a strap on and giving me that?
No, but what if you can't provide the I don't even want to get into, but there's more than that that come with it.
What? Because physical?
Because I'm
providing physical intimacy with him.
No. See, this is the thing. Like if you talk to women, there's something a man provides outside of that. He's looking for that too.
But what? What is it that he's looking for?
I don't know. You're a woman. Whatever a woman is looking for, he might be looking for the same thing.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. If my partner enjoys having sex with men, he likes having things in his anal.
It may be more than that.
But I'm just saying, let's just say that's what he's saying to me. I might be open to saying, okay, you want me to put a strap on? I'm not saying I would. I'm not saying I wouldn't.
You would have went.
But what I'm saying is, if he had that conversation with me, then as his partner, I would be open to doing it.
But what if he's like, yo, listen, I need you to...
You need me to what?
Lift some weights. I need you to do some push-ups. Then you start saying, like, hold up, man. I'm a woman.
So then he wants a woman who maybe...
No, he wants a man.
He maybe wants a woman who appears to look more physically like a man. And I can't give him that. One, because I ain't lifting a weight. I'm just, that's just not, I don't want to look like Pepper from Salt and Pepper. I don't want to look hard. I want to look, soft. I don't want to look hard.
Oh, shit.
Have you seen her? Oh, my
Pepper
God.
looks crazy.
And then she got the plastic surgery. We're going to have a topic on plastic surgery.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to talk about that because to me, like, that's the craziest. But,
Pepper is looking wild.
Yeah. The point I'm saying is like, I am an open being, so I am open to hearing and maybe even compromising to an extent, right? But again, if someone came to me and said, I had sex with a female, but I'm not attracted to women, I'm not going to be like, let me stay away from this bitch because she probably secretly like me. I ain't hanging out with her because I don't like, you know what I'm saying?
Of course not. No, of course not. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm not on that kind of time either. If that's what you do, that's what you do.
I think ultimately, what the man was basically trying to say was, like, he thinks the same way I think, that men just enjoy the act. And so they can have sex with another man because it's just the act of coming, getting off. It's not the act of I'm physically attracted to this person or not. Because I watched a show the other day where the man had sex with this woman 10 times and then told her that he wasn't physically attracted to her. So she said, so then why did you have sex with me if you wasn't attracted? And he said, because you offered it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It was more to me because she wanted it and he provided it.
Okay.
See, so that's what I mean. But I believe he's still attracted to women, just not her.
Okay.
Right? So,
but this is my thing. If I'm in jail and I'm locked up for 12 years and I haven't had sex in 13, 14 years, and I want to come, but I also want physical touch, and I'm just surrounded by a bunch of women. What women guards? There's no men guards. No, there's just a bunch of women. I'm either fucking a broom or I'm gonna let a woman do it if I really want physical touch. At some point, I'm gonna give in.
No. I mean, to each its own. Look, and this is what I'm saying. There's no judgment. To each its own. But my belief
is that the person is still gay.
They're gay or bisexual. I think that's my personal belief.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's a wrong thing. I just believe that once you've engaged in it, it's something that was on your mind. You know what I'm saying? So The only time it's not on your mind is if you've been taken advantage of, the worst thing, molested, raped. That's beyond your control.
Right.
Once you in the driver's seat, you like, let's go. It was something on your mind. It's something that
they said 95 South.
95 South.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
And with that, guys, let us know what you think. Right? How do you feel? Do you feel like Chris is saying, or are you on my end of the spectrum? Let us know how you feel. Don't forget to like, subscribe,
share.
Hit that subscribe button, guys, so that you can get notified. And once again, we thank you. Comment in the sections and let us know what you think.
Let's go.
Red Cup.
Peace.